Welcome back to Rare Coin Update. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another rare coin discovery, auction record, or hidden treasure that could be sitting in someone's pocket right now. Imagine finding a simple Roosevelt dime in an old jar, a coin you might normally spend without a second thought, only to discover that collectors are searching for unusual examples worth hundreds, thousands, or even much more than face value. Today, we are taking a deep look at the 1979 Roosevelt Dime, one of the most talked about modern dimes among collectors who love searching for errors, varieties, and high-grade treasures. Some online stories claim that a 1979 Roosevelt dime reached an unbelievable value of $101 million. Is that true? What makes certain dimes valuable? And how can you tell if the dime in your collection deserves a closer look? Stay with me until the end, because the final checklist could help you identify a coin worth far more than 10 cents. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt. By 1979, millions of dimes were being produced every day, and the Denver Mint struck a huge number of 1979 examples. Because of that, most 1979 dimes found in circulation today are common and worth only face value. However, coin collecting is not only about mintage numbers. Condition, rarity, minting mistakes, and collector demand can completely change the value of a coin. Let's start with the basics. A 1979 Roosevelt dime was struck at the Denver Mint, which is indicated by the small D mint mark on the coin. The coin is made of a copper nickel-clad composition and weighs approximately 2.27 grams. On the front, you'll see the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, while the reverse features the torch, olive branch, and oak branch design that many collectors know well. Now here is where things become interesting. While a normal circulated example is worth 10 cents, collectors pay close attention to coins that stand out from the crowd. One of the biggest factors is condition. A coin that has never entered. For the 1979 dime, coins graded in the very highest mint state levels are much harder to find than ordinary circulated pieces. Collectors competing for top registry sets sometimes pay surprisingly high amounts for exceptional examples. That doesn't mean millions of dollars, but it does mean that condition can transform a common coin into a desirable collectible. The next factor is mint errors. This is where many exciting discoveries happen. A mint error occurs when something goes wrong during the manufacturing process. Errors can include off-center strikes, double strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, die breaks, and other unusual features. Because genuine mint errors are often scarce, collectors actively search for them. Imagine looking through a roll of dimes and finding one where part of the design is missing because the coin was struck off-center. Suddenly, that 10-cent coin becomes a conversation piece. Depending on the size of the error and the overall condition, collectors may pay a substantial premium. Another area that attracts attention is die varieties. Sometimes the dies used to strike coins develop unusual characteristics that appear on multiple coins. Experienced collectors examine letters, numbers, and design details under magnification, looking for signs of doubling or other distinctive markers. This is why coin hunters often carry a magnifying glass or use a phone camera with zoom. Tiny details can make a big difference. A coin that looks ordinary at first glance may reveal an unusual feature when examined carefully. Let's address the famous $101 million claim directly. There is no verified public record showing that a regular 1979 Roosevelt dime sold for $101 million. When you see headlines like that online, they are usually designed to attract clicks and views. The real lesson is not that every 1979 dime is worth a fortune. The real lesson is that some coins become valuable because they have rare characteristics that collectors want. And honestly, that's what makes coin collecting exciting. Anyone can check their change. Anyone can search an old coin jar. Every collector remembers the thrill of finding a coin that looks different from the rest. So how do you check your own 1979 dime? First, examine the date and mint mark. Confirm that the coin is indeed a 1979 D. Next, look at the overall condition. Is the coin heavily worn, or does it still have bright luster? Then inspect the surfaces for unusual features such as doubling, off-center strikes, missing design elements, or other abnormalities. Weight can also be helpful. A coin that weighs significantly different from the standard specification may deserve further investigation. However, wear, dirt, and scale accuracy can affect measurements, so weight alone is not proof of rarity. If you believe you found something unusual, compare it with known error references or seek an opinion from a reputable coin dealer or grading service. Many exciting discoveries begin with a collector asking a simple question: why does this coin look different? Now let me tell you a story that many collectors can relate to. A hobbyist searching through bank rolls noticed a dime with unusually sharp details and a strange mark near the date. Instead of spending it, he researched the coin, posted clear photos online, and eventually learned that it was a collectible error variety. The value wasn't life-changing, but the discovery turned an ordinary afternoon into a memorable experience and sparked a lifelong interest in numismatics. That's the hidden value of this hobby. Yes, coins can be worth money, but they also connect us to history, craftsmanship, and the excitement of discovery. As we move deeper into this video, let's talk about the kinds of prices collectors actually see. A worn 1979 dime is usually worth face value. A nice uncirculated example may bring a small premium. High-grade certified coins can bring much stronger prices, especially if they rank among the finest known examples. Genuine mint errors may range from modest premiums to substantial collector values, depending on rarity and demand. The key is understanding the difference between realistic market value and sensational internet claims. If you enjoy searching for coins, the 1979 dime is still worth checking. Not because every coin is secretly worth millions, but because rare varieties and exceptional grades do exist. And the only way to find them is to look. Here's a quick collector checklist. Check the date. Check the D mint mark. Inspect the coin under magnification. Look for doubling, off-center strikes, clipped edges, die cracks, or other unusual features. Examine the luster and wear. Weigh the coin if you have an accurate scale. Compare it with reference images. And if something seems truly unusual, get a professional opinion. Imagine the excitement if a coin sitting unnoticed in a drawer turns out to be a scarce error or a top-grade survivor. That possibility is what keeps collectors searching year after year. Before we finish, take a moment and think about how many coins pass through your hands every month. Most people never look at them. Collectors do. And occasionally, that extra glance reveals something special. So, is the 1979 Roosevelt Dime worth $101 million? There is no verified evidence supporting that claim. But can certain 1979 dimes be worth far more than 10 cents because of exceptional condition, rare errors, or strong collector demand? Absolutely. The next time you receive change, don't ignore the dimes. Check the date. Check the mint mark. And remember that every famous coin discovery started with someone willing to look a little closer. If you enjoyed this rare coin update, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and tell us in the comments the oldest or most unusual dime you have ever found. Your next discovery could be waiting in a pocket, a jar, or a forgotten drawer right now. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting.